How you doing? Greg here. Look at that view behind me. Is that not spectacular? Oh man. I live at the base of the Wasatch Mountains, and every once in a while you get into position where they just jump out at you, and I love it. So I wanted to talk about something that has garnered my attention as of late, and I have been musing on the topic of language. And I've read several talks that were given on the miraculous miracle and gift that language is. Now, I don't know that I really even think much about the ability to talk and the ability to hear and interpret what others are saying. We just do it. It's like breathing air. We don't even think about it. About the only time we really recognize that something is wrong with the language is when it's just a little off. You can always tell somebody that's not a native speaker. It doesn't take long before you pick up on little nuances that give them away. I'm going to read to you something that I pulled out of one particular talk. Now, this was given by a man named Randall L. Jones. He gave a talk, a devotional address at Brigham Young University on March the 31st, 1998, entitled Language, a Miraculous Gift. It's been said that the ability to talk and understand is the single most complex thing that we do, and yet we don't even think about it. From one moment to the next, we just do it, and it's so second nature that it's just like breathing air. We don't think about every breath that we take. Consider this. In a simple conversation, the speaker must first formulate thoughts about what is to be said, then recall the appropriate words that express these thoughts, then order the words in a grammatically correct sequence, then perform unbelievable acrobatic maneuvers with the lungs, the mouth, the tongue, the lips, the teeth, the velum, the larynx, the pharynx, and other speech organs that most of us don't even know that we have. We must control nasality, volume, pitch, stress, intonation, and speed. We perform this complex task in 1 or 2 seconds for an average sentence. As if this were not enough, we are constantly thinking ahead to the next sentence and the one after that. The listener, meanwhile, must perform this same operation, but in reverse, trying to make sense of what is really nothing more than a continuous stream of noise. Have you ever listened to another language that you don't understand? It just sounds like a bunch of noises. And really that is all language is, but it's so complex that there's meaning attached to each word that we hear. It's just incredible. As I'm trying to learn Spanish, I know that frequently there are words that I don't know how to say them. I listen to somebody else say them and I'm like, huh? I have no muscle memory in my mouth and with my tongue. Consider what the listener has to go through. We rarely speak in such a way where we carefully enunciate every word. Instead, we run words and sounds together, even leaving out sounds entirely, or blending them together in creations such as gonna for going to, or wanna for want to. Here in Utah, we have regional little nuances with our language. These things back behind me are called mountains, but locally we leave the T out. We say mountains. The listener must take all of this into account as this few seconds of speech is decoded first into words, then into some kind of meaning. In a typical conversation, the listener is also the speaker and must prepare a spoken response while trying to listen at the same time. To complicate this process further of listening, there are often extraneous sounds, such as other people speaking around us, traffic noise, machines operating, airplanes flying overhead, or bells ringing. When we analyze language, we discover that the system of rules for encoding and decoding sentences is highly complex. Have you ever diagrammed a sentence in English? Ouch! Yet, when we speak and listen, we are hardly conscious of the rules. We just speak spontaneously and don't even worry about verb conjugation, pronoun antecedents, noun plurals, or word order. And we get it right most of the time. It can probably be safely said that using language is indeed miraculous. I truly believe that if language did not exist and someone proposed it, it would be dismissed as an impossibility. Is that just incredible? Anyway, we know from the scriptures in Genesis there is an account that prior to the flood, there existed one language. And in the book of Moses, we're told that it was a perfect language. Well, there are so many languages, and yet what a miracle it is when somebody can communicate even in one language. And if you speak a second or a third language, how remarkable that is. Well, anyway, so those are things that have been on my mind that have captured my attention and just caused me to wonder. So there it is. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you. Bye now.